That's right, Karen. The military has merged with the government scientists to try and contain the vicious outbreak of zombies across the globe, calling themselves the ASMZ, or the American Science Military for Zombies. That's right, and despite the mayhem around us, the conspiracy theorists are pouring in, blaming the ASMZ for creating zombies for population control, accusing the government of killing off 80% of the population in order to form a peaceful, one-world government. All that is certain is that most conspiracy theorists are getting their information from a podcast named Jig and Eddie Rotten. Here's some of Eddie Rotten's rant just before the ASMZ moved in.
That's what we have to do as a team. That's what we have to do together. We can defeat the zombies. We can defeat the ASMZ. All the ZFC across the world. Come together. Get your food. Get your water. Get your guns. And get your ammo. It's the Jig and Eddie Rotten Zombie Life Podcast.
Yeah. What do you think about that intro, man? Man. That's some good stuff, man. That is where it's at. Look, this is Eddie Rotten. This is the Zombie Life Podcast. Jig is not here with me right now. He's in the UK. I'm in Houston, Texas, currently about 150 billion degrees because it is hell on earth. Look, I wanted to cover a couple things without him, so here it is. There's a few people that called in, a few people that left emails and voicemails into our show, and first I'd like to thank you so much for being a part of the Zombie Life Podcast. It's kind of a rough start, and we're trying out a whole different kind of media to see what sounds best and what's going to work best for both of us, because I'm in America and he's in the UK. So we have to see what kind of equipment we have compared to what kind of time we have and what we can afford. So I wanted to thank everybody for being a part of the Zombie Life Podcast. It's a dream come true of mine, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So we got an email. No, actually it's a voicemail from a listener, and he left a really funny voicemail for us. But it was so funny and compelling, I started to look him up. It's actually an old friend of mine. I looked him up, and I got used to his Facebook post and everything. And he has a form of thought that's much like mine. It might even be more advanced as far as he might be a little more angry about the situation than I am, because I come from a fantasy point of view, and he comes from a reality point of view. I wanted to give him a call and just let you guys listen to what he has to say about a couple subjects. He's pretty deep into Illuminati and Bilderberg and some of the conspiracies that are involved in all that. So I wanted to give him a phone call and let you guys hear firsthand what he has to say about that. So let's go ahead and give him a call and see how it works out. Here we go. Zombie Life Podcast. Hey. Hey,
yeah.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah,
How's it going, man?
I'm doing fine. Who is this?
This is Ed.
Oh, what's up, Ed?
Hey, what's happening? Did I call you at a bad time? Should I call you back?
Nah, you're good.
Okay. What are you up to?
Just chilling, looking at Facebook.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Facebook, there's a lot of wild things that I see on Facebook.
Tell me about it.
Some of the people that I were friends with, I had to drop them, and some friends that I had to drop a long time ago, I picked them back up. It's kind of weird.
Right? What y'all up to?
Man, I'm just going through some notes, and I wanted to get this little recording going so we could put it on our show. What do you think?
It's gravy. Let's do it.
I'll put G as your name instead of that for the show.
Yeah, because I don't want people looking me up on Facebook.
I hear you. Well, man,
I have a small group of friends for a reason. I ain't trying to get popular.
I hear you. Well, I went back and looked at some of your posts that you have on Facebook, and you're kind of like me, man. You spend a lot of time looking at stuff that a lot of people just kind of turn their back to.
Yeah. Well, I got a lot of different views on subjects that, you know, I think that America was founded for a different reason than what a lot of people is. I think that freedom is just a word that's really nothing but a disguise. I don't know. I think sometimes my views on certain things are a little weird, but they're just too blatantly in your face to just pass up. Just like the pyramid on your dollar bill. I mean, like, why would that be there? Like, you're not Egyptian. If anything, you're European. So why is there a pyramid on your dollar bill? It just don't make no sense to me.
Right. There's a lot of different. I mean, there's a conspiracy going on all the time about where we come from, where we're going, who's in control, what kind of control we have or don't have, and through the years, you know, I listen to different radio shows, and I guess in a way it kind of helped mold my thought process, man. But really deep inside, I just feel like something is wrong. Like the people that we are putting in control shouldn't be in control. And it's almost like we're being brainwashed into thinking a certain way rather than thinking for ourselves and maybe try to wake up a little bit and look at who's really in control. Like, I looked at some of your past posts, man. You know a little bit more about the Illuminati than regular people because it's just a word that kind of gets tossed around, just like freedom in a way. But I've been looking into it myself, man, and the Illuminati and the Bilderberg Group and some of these other secret groups get together and kind of shape the direction of where we're going.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that the presidents and everything meet in Bohemian Grove at the end of June or July and worship underneath an owl, which is on your dollar bill, also in the right top corner of the dollar bill. So you get to wondering and thinking what these people are doing. And then you look up the past generations way back in the day. Like I looked up the fact that it says 13 colonies colonized America. Well, I looked up the 13 colonies, and they said when they came over here, they seen nothing but demons on this land.
Demons.
Demons. And then I read in the book of Revelations the other day, I had this black guy explaining it to me, that we referred to in the Revelations as the New Babylon because in Revelation chapter 18, verse 1, it speaks about she will make all other countries fornicate of her sin. She will make all other countries rich. What countries are referred to as a she in the first place would be America. America's always been referred to as a she. Okay? So why is, you know, like if you put these things together in the Bible, I believe the Bible firm, like basic information before leaving Earth, so firm. You know, and I think the Freemasons, which I hate to say it because it could get me killed, but Freemasons have really destroyed America. You know, they founded this country. Every last one of the presidents have been basically a Freemason or in a secret society except for John F. Kennedy, Abraham Lincoln, and Nixon wasn't supposed to be in one, but they almost killed him, so I guess he had to join. You get what I'm saying? It's either like you get to a certain money bracket in America, and then they come and get you. Either you join or you go. They do something with you. Either they don't do nothing with you, they do something with your family or something. Because it's just funny how all these stars end up dead and everything else like that. I actually think a lot of these stars want to speak out, like Michael Jackson wanted to speak out. You know, and they made him look like a pedophile. They drove him crazy. I don't think the man was a pedophile. Now, I might skip around a lot, Ed, so forgive me for that.
That's all right.
But it's plain and clear that it's always been a fight against evil and good. It's always been that way. And I really think that America has did everything that the Romans did, everything that Hitler did. Hitler basically put TV and forced TV on people. America went over there and got rid of Hitler and basically revived Hitler's ways in America. Instead of forcing TV on you, they made you want it.
So you're saying that the concept of watching television was brought up by Hitler, and then whenever America went over there, we adopted that and brought it over here and just kind of indoctrinated and pushed.
I don't know if we had TV before Hitler did, or we had it at the same time or whatnot. I don't know for sure, but I just think that what America did was revise it instead of, because if you look at it, if you sit and watch TV all day long, what are you subjected to? You're subjected to lies. You're subjected to killing. You're subjected to subliminal messages. You're subjected to lust. You're subjected to money, to fame, to fortune, to all this stuff. Well, if we didn't have TV, would we be subjected to that? Would we have them thoughts put in our mind to even think that way? If TV wasn't around, would there be that many mass murders? Would there be that many people lying, stealing, killing? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, if you ain't subjected to this stuff every single day of your life and subject your kids, even the kids' cartoons. My girl was watching a kids' cartoon the other day. It's about 4 little vegetables. I don't know if you know the name of the cartoon or not.
I think it's called VeggieTales. Yeah,
VeggieTales. One of the little vegetables has one eye, right?
Right.
She was watching the kids talk on there and everything. The little vegetable was talking about follow us to the pyramid. What does that have to do with anything? You get what I'm saying? Why are you teaching my kids to follow you to a pyramid? What does it have to do with America, America's history? What does it have to do with teaching a kid anything about life? What does it have to do? It don't have nothing to do with it. So why are you subjecting my kid to a pyramid?
Well, you know what's interesting is you brought up the Freemasons, and I might be wrong, and I don't know for sure. I need to do my own research, but the Masons, they've been around since,
They've been around for a long time.
They've been around for a long time. Isn't there different branches of the Masons that broke off? And originally the Masons could have possibly thought, let's get a group of men together, a group of men and women possibly together to help form a perfect, like a good, not a perfect, but a good place to live, good solid people, good morals, good structures. And then maybe a group of people split off from them and created the Freemasons and corrupted the whole thing with money.
It's very possible. I'm not saying all Freemasons are bad. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there's an elite few Freemasons that I think that are really, really evil, and the rest of these Masons that are being subjected to it don't really know what's going on at the top of the Masonry. Then there's like 33 degrees, right? So you think that it would take a long time for you to get there. Well, you ain't going to get there unless... See, what makes me think about Masons bad way is because every one of our presidents have been a Mason except for the ones that got killed. When John F. Kennedy spoke out against secret societies of America, they blew his head off. And then they blamed it on the mob. They blamed it on Colombia and all this and that. But this black guy was telling me the other day, and it's not just a black guy. I've had a few people tell me. This black guy was telling me, though, when I was going to a doctor visit, he was telling me he was going to join the Freemasons. His family member was in it and everything. He said he went to the lodge. They did initiation. The first night they made all the men in the lodge get butt naked, wear a blindfold, and he said he heard somebody say, oh, that guy looks cute. I'll slap him on the butt. He got the hell out of there. Okay?
What?
So if that's just one person saying it, and if God was never secretive with us, why should any organization in the world be secretive?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? If you're holding a secret, you're holding a secret for a reason, whether it be good or for bad. Why would you hold something that you're supposedly doing good for the world? Why would you hold that as a secret? There's no reason, no point to do so.
See, I have to force myself to think that there's different branches of the Masonic people, because I've known several Masons that are just incredible, uplifting.